Hey everybody, John Skiba here from the Consumer Warrior YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 3 options you have. And yes, there are only really 3 options you have if you've been sued by a debt collector. But if this is your first time here to my YouTube channel, please go ahead, click subscribe, check that bell. That way you'll be notified each and every week when I put a new video that'll help you deal with serious debt problems. All right, if you've been recently sued by a creditor, debt collector, junk debt buyer, whoever it is, I know there's a lot of stress. There's a lot of anxiety that comes when you receive that. It's very invasive because the process server comes to your home. I mean, you literally have them at your door handing you documents. After you get over the initial panic, then you start to worry about what is it that I need to do to be able to deal with this lawsuit. I deal with these all the time. I'm a bankruptcy attorney here in the state of Arizona, and I also help people defend against these junk debt buyers and debt collectors. And really what it boils down to, you have 3 different options to choose from if you've been sued by one of your creditors. The first one is you can fight it. You can answer it head on, find out when you have to file the written answer with the court. You can contest the allegations, and this is particularly a good idea if you have a solid defense, like if an original creditor is suing you, but you have some kind of identity theft type defense or something along those lines where there's something you can point to and say, I don't owe this particular debt. There's also a lot of good strategies if junk debt buyers like Portfolio Recovery, Midland Funding, Unifund, if any of those guys are suing you, you may have some very good defenses, which we talk a lot about here on my YouTube channel as far as how you can defend against those. So your first option is really to contest the allegations. The way you need to look at a debt collection lawsuit, the complaint, those are just a list of allegations and assertions that the creditor is making. If you have good defenses, you can present those and you may be able to defeat that through the litigation process. Your second option is to settle it. Often, I meet with clients and they just want this out of their lives. Even if they have good defenses, they don't want to litigate it. Litigation can take forever. Where I practice law in the state of Arizona, even smaller cases can take more than a year to resolve. Larger cases can take up to 2 years before they're going to actually get to a trial date. And a lot of people just don't want the aggravation. I get that. And the expense of defending it. And so they'll offer some type of settlement even before the answer is due that they can try to get it resolved. So get it resolved quickly. The downside to that is obviously you're going to have to pay some kind of money to be able to get that done. And a lot of people either aren't in the position to do it or it's just something they don't want to do because they've had problems with the creditor in the past. But settling it where you're offering some type of payment plan or you're offering some type of lump sum is a way to get it resolved without having to go through the whole litigation process. The third option is bankruptcy, kind of the nuclear option here, where you can eliminate the underlying debt and stop the lawsuit in its tracks if you file for bankruptcy. One of the most powerful tools that bankruptcy has is something called the automatic stay. This is as soon as you file that voluntary petition in the bankruptcy court, the judge will issue an order that stops all collections. They can't call you on the phone, they can't send you snotty letters, and the lawsuit cannot proceed. So it'll stop the lawsuit, get rid of the underlying debt, and allow you to move forward that way. Now obviously that's a thing that deals with all of your debt. And if you're dealing with a relatively small lawsuit, unless you have a lot of other debt, I often don't recommend bankruptcy. But if you've been sued by a creditor and they're wanting $2,500, but that's really kind of the tip of the iceberg kind of thing, then I would recommend you look at a Chapter 7 filing, because even if you were to prevail in that lawsuit, if you're dealing with a lot of other debt, you may be able to just get rid of it all with a Chapter 7 bankruptcy case. So if you've been sued by a creditor and you're kind of trying to evaluate which one of those options would be good for you, you can check my contact information below in this video. I offer free consultations for people who live in the state of Arizona where we can discuss those options, put a plan, custom tailored for your situation, and help you make a good decision going forward. Thanks for watching today.